Drinks are on the house. Yeah, we're flying high on the ultimate hype that's never passing by. For us to be complete, bruising bass and beats, that's all we need. Until the end we all pretend that she's our friend. That's the way things go for little Miss Oh No, just another blow. And the drinks are on the house. She's got her friends behind her back. She can make them shout out loud, but they're sending her to back. And now she's standing out, little girl so filled with doubt. Now her friends, they are all doused, 'cause the drinks are on the house. And the drinks are on the house. She's got her friends behind her back. She can make them shout out loud, but it's sending her to back. And now she is standing out, little girl so filled with doubt. Now her friends, they are all doused, and the drinks are on the house.
Hello, welcome back, Harley Benton YouTube pedal guitar nerd dizzles. We're looking at the CST-24T. Let me explain. This is a kind of PRS style China ripoff that Harley Benton is selling, or actually designed. I think they designed it. But obviously, there's nothing in that price range that PRS offers, so for them, it's not necessarily competition at all because they established themselves in a totally different quality and price range. They have this, which is the T version, which means we have this tremolo here, which also means I'm going to have to go get the arm. That's a big issue that we're going to look at in a second. Actually, let me go get that right now. If I remember correctly, it's in the fruit bowl behind the speakers. I did remember correctly, it was in the fruit bowl behind the speakers. So, this is the T version, which means it's got the vintage style vibrato with the 6 screws, and a very, very fat block of metal back here, which means there's a lot of chunk and attack coming from that. There is also a fixed bridge wraparound version, just like its brother right there, the 24HB, the hollow body. Different video for this on my channel right here. The top is absolutely gorgeous. No, it's gorgeous. It's very clearly a very thin wooden top. It's not a big ass, really thick maple top. That would be way too expensive. This is thin, but it is real wood, just extremely thinly glued on. I found very few flaws with it, and we're gonna go through them. It features Wilkinson pickups, volume tone 3-way switch in the position where it would be for a PRS style guitar, a binding so the frets don't poke out, nothing that you feel here. Tuners are absolutely great, they work beautifully. I've read comments where people say these guitars are not easily tunable, which might be attributed to possibly them not resting enough, just arriving, then adjusting to temperature variations in the room. These have been here for 12 weeks, so there's definitely nothing happening with them anymore. These things happen even for expensive guitars. But they come adjusted the way they are. I don't do anything to them. I don't go and fiddle around with them. And also for you people that think I get a lot of money to say Harley Benton guitars are good, no, I don't. First of all, wait, gotta do something here. I don't get paid for this. Yeah, wear the shirt. Wear. No, I get these, I send them back. I might get to keep one very inexpensive guitar. Way to go. No, I do this for you, and I do this for hopefully selling some, and I get rewards points from Thomann if you buy these. So I get about $1.50 if you buy one of these, which would be awesome. But the point is, I want to show you cool guitars, and I don't say they're good because I get anything for them. I say they're good because I enjoy them, and for the money, holy shit. But we get to that when I actually talk about how much I like them. So, nothing really wrong with this. As far as how many pieces of wood, I count 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, maybe 5. I don't really care. This is really glued on. It's glued on right here, as you can see, because you would need a huge piece of mahogany to do the slanted headstock. So it's glued on right here. That is normal. There's kind of a Wulst in German, a sticky outie bitty to prevent neck breakage, headstock breakage, which is very common for Gibsons, very common. Everything is kind of typical PRS style. This little doohickey here, it's a beautiful guitar. I mean, just as a piece of decoration for €199, which is, as of today, the price for this guitar, just for that. Just hang it on the wall, don't even play it. Piece of bitching about this guitar, number one, the fretboard apparently is ebanol, or ebanol, which is some kind of fake ebony or something. It's extremely dense. I don't know if this is, I don't know what that is, what kind of material, but it looks like shit. It looks super dry, and when you play it, it leaves residue on the frets, so it will always look kind of, you know, dirty. And also there is above throughout the whole fretboard, there are these little, don't know if you can see this, little sprinkles of glue. So it looks like this wasn't taped off correctly when they painted the guitar. And right here, it's really bad. Right here, there's a lot of glue residue. It's also on the frets. So this isn't in any way perfect. The fretboard really bugs me. I gotta say this. Up here, oh, we're good. As I said, it's tunable. So this is piece of shit gripe number one. The other one is that if you are new to buying guitars, you don't know how to tighten this. I've been doing this for 25 years and I didn't know how to tighten it, and many other reviewers who've reviewed this guitar didn't know. So you put this in here and it just, you know, it wiggles around. So you can't really use it, see? So what you have to do, this is the trick, and they have to put something in the box that explains this to you. You push it down, and then in the back, right there, right there, is a little hex screw that you can tighten to get this not to wiggle around. A guitar for $200, frankly, I would always buy with a fixed bridge because I wouldn't want to trust the tremolo. Seriously not. Let's see if this one pushing down already messed it up. Polytune clip. Let's see. Yes. So, just get the fixed bridge version. I'm gonna tune it quickly. So I just got seriously detuned by pushing it down once, and it was perfectly in tune. So again, I don't trust cheap guitars and tremolos. I wouldn't go for one. If I buy an inexpensive guitar, get one with a fixed bridge and you have a lot less problems. And then you also don't have to tighten this. So that would be my recommendation, and you can get this with a fixed bridge. So this and the really Ibanoli kind of dirty, sprinkly, not so great fretboard are the two things that I don't like. When it comes to sound, this is insane. It has a lot of attack. It is very precise. It's got a lot of bite. And we're gonna see this right now. I'm going into the Clones amp set to an AC30 setting. All tube. This is not a modeling amp. And I have the Solid Gold Effects Devil Drive in front of it for some crunch. And in the effects loop, I have the Eventide H9 that I can use for some spring reverb and some whatever else I want. So, which we're gonna use. So, here's my clean sound. Going into that amp, going into the basement, where in an ISO cab I've got a 112 Fender Hot Rod cab, and that's being mic'd with a Sennheiser E609, going into Universal Audio 4710D preamp. It is a little bit hotter, so I can get this amp to slightly go into breakup. Middle position. And in the back. And with some spring reverb. Middle. They feel that bitey kind of bitey bite. Let's engage the devil drive with a little bit of drive. You can immediately hear the clarity, the high end in that cutting through. Again, that bitey sounds right there. Let's crank this up. That precision and bitiness makes it cut through a mix very well, and gives you a lot of pick attack. Okay, so now we're gonna go to a JCM setting. I'm gonna push that with the devil drive. When it comes to a metal kind of guitar, I would most certainly recommend this over a lot of other axes that you can get, especially for the $200. And fuck the active pickup thing. This is so precise, it's beautiful. And if we add a little bit of tape delay, has asked me, well, you know PRS guitars, how close does this get? Pfft. It plays beautifully, it looks great, and it's $200. But let's do the stupid comparison. 200, 6,000. Okay, this is obviously a stupid comparison, and this is also different because it's got a very fat rosewood neck, which gives it more. But one pickup on this guitar is more than the whole other guitar. So, but this is the type of guitar we're talking about. So let's see, in a comparison, if you can hear, you know, another 5,800 euro. This is a little bit clearer, you know. And well, of course it's a better guitar! If I told you anything else, it would be completely fucking ridiculous. But if this is 6,000, technically the other one shouldn't even work. You know what I'm saying? But it's a workable guitar. It sounds, it has that kind of high-endy bite. It's got all the elements that you expect from this type of guitar. What it doesn't have is, when you play it, you have the feeling that you're playing a PRS. You don't have the feeling of, I saved up for quite a while. I made my dream of once in my life owning a PRS come true, which it was for me. You know, this is my dream guitar. And you don't have the mojo in your head. If you can get over that, for $200 you get a great guitar with a shitty fretboard. Well, obviously the comparison to a 6,000 euro guitar is completely ridiculous because that thing is 199. At 199 bucks you expect, well, I expect a guitar that's barely playable and where something comes out that on every pickup position just sounds like crap. Talking about this guitar is good for, semicolon, period, something, is ridiculous at a 200 euro guitar. But we're doing this here. We're saying this is actually a very good guitar for metal, for me, because it's very precise and it has that chingy kind of high end that cuts through perfectly. I think it's stunningly beautiful. If you want to have this in real, meaning an actual thick maple top, which will look exactly like this, it'll just be solid maple, you would spend thousands on a guitar like this. I definitely highly criticize the way that the tremolo is set up. This is the Wilkinson style tremolo apparently, where to get the arm to not fall out, you have to push it down and use the hex screw in the back. But that is not something that any beginner, and we're talking about $199 guitar, which means beginners will buy these, should know about or would know about. I didn't know, and many other people online, as we've seen, didn't know. So, also, a guitar in this price range, I wouldn't use the tremolo. Buy the CST-24 with the stop tail, not the tremolo version. They have that. You'll be happier, because it's stupid to expect that a guitar in this price range can hold the tuning. The fretboard is ugly. It looks very dry and plasticky. It feels very dry and plasticky, and it is sprinkled with clear coat. It is sprinkled with little sprinkles everywhere from, they just didn't tape it off right. So this might be complete fluke, but I only have this one to go on, okay? No other Harley Benton guitar has that issue, so this might be the one guitar that has it. If you get one like it, send it back. On the other hand, does it make it a guitar that sounds worse? No, it really doesn't. It plays great, it sounds great. It's, other than the fretboard, absolutely beautiful. Tuners work great. At that price, I've said it before, completely, utterly unbeatable, and that is because we're cutting out the middleman. If you want this quality guitar from another company, where Thomann goes and buys from, let's say, Chord. Let's take Chord, for example. Great guitars. Where are they from? Malaysia? I think so. I'm not sure. Indonesia? Whatever. Chord makes great guitars. But then Chord needs a distributor in Europe. So there is the factory, and the factory is, I think, the manufacturer. So let's say that's the same thing. They make a good guitar, but they need a distributor. The distributor needs to be paid to distribute the guitars, which means there's one guy in the middle that wants another 50 or 100 bucks. So a similar guitar from Chord, if they deliver this kind of quality, would cost you more for the same quality. And that's why Harley Benton is so cheap. It is coming direct from China. Now, what we think about this, and taking jobs away from, you know, distributors and other manufacturers and whatever, that's up for you to decide. If you want a bargain and a beautiful guitar, because Chord probably at this price point doesn't have this, or even at 300 bucks you don't get this kind of top from Chord or any other company, then get the Harley Benton. If you think it's wrong, don't get the Harley Benton. But don't bitch about Harley Benton are total crap, because excuse the fuck me, I'm sitting here within 30 guitars, ranging from 75 euro to 6,000 euro, and everything in between, okay? And I know what a good guitar feels like, I know what a usable guitar feels like. I freaking played it in a track. If you go and say the guitar is crap, have you listened to the track? So I don't want the haters to post underneath it, blah 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 blah, you bought. Use your ears. Listen to the music I've produced with these guitars. If that sounds like total crap, and you think you can do better with more expensive guitars, or with a guitar that's 500 instead of 200, then please go ahead and show me your tracks. Please go ahead and produce something and prove to me that these guitars sound like crap. If you play them and they sound like crap, maybe it's your fingers. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting pissed off at people saying I'm hyping something that is crap. I play these every day. They're right here. Well, they're going back. Sorry, I went off on a rant there. I love you guys. I love all of you. Come by, have coffee. Let's have a big ass YouTube party. We're nearing 15,000 subscribers. Everyone come here. We're gonna have a 15,000 people party. Coffee's on, oh my god. Coffee for 15,000 people. I don't know. How much is that? You figure that out.
We used to dream, a sunset in September, or rises.